welcome back. We're going to cover some patients who actually claim to have or have had the COVID-19 virus, and we're going to see how they felt and what and how and basically how they came through and how they basically survived when a lot of elderly and again immune depressant people that don't have good immune systems and healthy respiratory, pretty much just staying healthy. So these right here are obviously younger, more fit people. So this lady here, her name is Elizabeth Snyder, posted 2 days ago. I had the COVID-19 and here's my story. I had the COVID-19 and here's my story. I made this post public about several requests from my friends who asked me to share. I hope it gives you some good info and peace of mind. First, how easily you can get it. I believe I caught it when attending a small house party at which no one was coughing, sneezing, or otherwise displaying any symptoms of illness. It appears that 40% of the attendees of this party ended up sick. The media tells you to wash your hands and avoid anyone with symptoms. I did. There is no way to avoid catching this, except avoiding all other humans. 40% of folks were all sick within 3 days of attending the party, all with the same similar symptoms, including fever. Second, the symptoms appear to be different depending on your constitution and or age. Most of my friends who got it were in their late 40s to early 50s. I'm in my mid-30s. For us, it was a headache, fever for the first 3 days consistently, and then on and off for 3 days. Severe body aches and joint pains and severe fatigue. I had a fever that spiked the first night to 103 degrees and eventually came down to 100 and then low grade 99. Some folks had diarrhea. I felt nauseous one day. Once the fever is gone, some were left with nasal congestion, sore throat. Only very few of us had a mild itchy cough. Very few had chest tightness or other respiratory symptoms. Total duration of illness was 10 to 16 days. The main issue is that without reporting a cough or trouble breathing, many of us were refused testing. I got tested through the Seattle flu study. This is a research study here in Seattle, and they have been testing volunteers for strains of the flu to study transmissions with the community. A few weeks ago, they started to test a random subset of samples for the COVID-19 infections. They sent my sample to the King County Public Health Department for confirmation. However, I was told that all of the samples that have tested positive in research studies have been confirmed by public health. As of Monday, March 9th, it has been 13 days since my symptoms started and more than 72 hours since my fever subsided. The King County Public Health Department is recommending you stay isolated for 7 days after the start of symptoms or 72 hours after your fever subsides. I have surpassed both deadlines, so I am no longer isolating myself. However, I am avoiding strenuous activities in large crowds, and I obviously will not come near you if I see you in public. I was not hospitalized. Not every county is hospitalizing everyone with COVID-19. Wow, that's super scary. Not every county is hospitalizing everyone with the COVID-19. Wow, infection. And in my case, and in many other cases, I didn't even go to the doctor because I was recovering on my own and felt it was just a nasty flu strain different from the ones I have been protected from with this season's flu vaccine. So she did have the flu vaccine. That did not help her. I also truly believe that the lack of testing is leading to folks believing that they just have a cold or something else, going out into public and spreading it, and worse, folks with no symptoms are also spreading it, as in the case of a person attending a party or a social gathering who has no symptoms. I know some folks are thinking that this won't impact them. I hope it doesn't, but I believe that the overall lack of early and pervasive testing damaged the public's ability to avoid the illness here in Seattle. All I know is that Seattle has been severely impacted, and although I'm better now, I would not wish this very uncomfortable illness on anyone. One thing that I believe may have saved me from getting worse respiratory symptoms is the fact that I consistently took Sudafed, used Afrin nasal spray, 3 sprays in each nostril 3 days at a time, and then 3 days off, and used a neti pot with purified water. This could have kept my sinuses clear and prevented the symptoms from spreading to my lungs. This is not medical advice. I'm simply sharing what I did and correlating it with the fact that I had no respiratory symptoms. The two could be entirely unrelated based on the viral strain and viral load that I received. I hope this information helps someone avoid getting sick and or pushed to getting tested sooner rather than later. So you know to isolate before it gets worse or to get medical care if you have respiratory distress. Hand washing doesn't guarantee you won't get sick, especially when folks without symptoms are contagious and could be standing right next to you in any given social situation. You more likely than not will not die, but do you want to risk spreading it to a loved one who over 60 years old or someone with an immunity issue? Stay healthy, folks. So, originally posted by Elizabeth Snyder on Facebook page. Yeah, so there you go. Just make sure that the scariest thing is that not every county is hospitalizing their people here. Just right there, not every county is hospitalizing everyone with COVID-19 infections. Oh, that is super, super scary. So anyways, if this was informative to you, please make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And subscribe and share. Subscribing helps the channel get recognized by more people, and sharing gets this information out so people that you know or loved ones that you know know how to handle this. So definitely staying away from people that are, like she said, 50, 60 years old or older, because they obviously will not most likely make it through recovering from this COVID-19. If this video was informative to you, please make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, and thanks for watching. Until next time, last Viking.